to the Spectrum Stitch Crochet Swoncho for chart number 3. In this video, we are going to take a look at chart number 3, and I'm going to give you some tips that I think you need in order to tackle this and have a successful experience. All right, let's go ahead and, let's take a look over here at Stitch Fiddle. You can see that this is chart number 3, and we will be using 3 different colors. Every single row or round of this chart has 2 colors in it, so you will be using Colorwork throughout this entire chart. You will also notice that it is a 7-stitch repeat, which means it's an odd number. So as we begin with our white color in stitch number 1 and we end with our white color in stitch number 7, we then again will begin with white on stitch number 1, which would be number 8, if that makes sense. The biggest things I want you to pay attention to here are making sure that your floats are nice and even, just like you worked on when you were working on chart number 1 and chart number 2. You also are going to have a lot of tails because there's a lot of color changes that happen. Do not, I repeat, do not carry your color up from round 1 all the way up to round 7. You will need to cut your yarn, okay? Cut your yarn, leaving at least 4 to 6 inches of a tail so that way we can weave that in, okay? So do not carry up your color. Besides that, let's go ahead and take a look at the sample so that I can show you anything that I think you need to know from there, all right? Okay, here is the sample. As you know, we have number 1, chart number 2, and here is chart number 3. So I have a lot of floats going on with chart number 3, and it's because there's a lot of color changes that happen throughout the entire row. You will notice that I did not work over any of my floats. So again, we are only working into the stitch. We are never working around the floats, which means our floats need to be nice and uniform, and they need to make sure they have some give to them, okay? You do not want them to be too tight. All right, so this is what it looks like from this end. If we were to pop this over like this, you can see this is what you're going to be looking at over there. Okay, as we're going through the color changes, again, you will notice that I did not float up one color to the next. Like I will not have a big float like that. I would cut the yarn and then leave a nice long tail, 4 to 6 inches, that I can weave in later. Okay, speaking of weaving in ends, this is where you're going to want to start weaving in your ends. Do not wait to the end to do that. I will do a quick video to show you how I suggest weaving in those ends and burying the tails, but this is where you will want to start doing that. Okay, as far as what does this pattern look like from the front, you can see here we get this really lovely stitch pattern. My dark gray and light gray are kind of close together. I probably should have chosen a little bit differently there, but I really like the idea of that really subtle light gray in there. However, if I had it to do over, I probably would have put maybe the bright sort of marine color that I have in there. I don't know, you could play around and have some fun with it, but you get this really beautiful stitch pattern that is a good complement to the first 2 stitch patterns, and then you can see the stitch pattern that we will be working on for number 4. It goes really great as well. As always, if you are part of the VIP experience, you can change the Stitch Fiddle charts to match the colors you are using on your own sample, which is very, very useful to be able to see what colors look good together. If you are following along with the free version, you will find the chart and the written instructions over at marleybird.com. All right, that's it for me, everybody. Go complete chart number 3, weave in your ends, have a good time, share with me on social media. I love seeing your work in progress. It is very, very exciting, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.